Hello? Just kidding, guys. This is part 3, the performance part of the video, or the performance part of the video series. So we're going to be doing, we'll just do, I'll do 3 categories. So we'll start with the lower end stuff. Maybe actually 4 categories. So we'll start with lower end, 2D games. We'll then do, here, let me see if I can focus this. It's not really wanting to focus very well. Sorry. A little bit of live stream hiccup here. I wanted to focus a little bit better, but that might be the best we got. You'll be able to see the FPS and everything, so don't worry. Okay, so we'll start with 2D games. Then we'll go to the more mid-range games. Then we'll try some high-end games. And then we'll go to emulation. And I only have really 3DS for emulation. So that's all we're really going to have to work with. So let's start with 2D games. We're going to start with, I can't do Hotline Miami. I can't do the controller won't work for some reason with it. But Neon Abyss has been my favorite right now to play. So we're going to start with that. And I am using the controller, the iPega controller, to play with. Just have it not attached just so it's easier to stream the game to you guys. But it is functioning, like it is controlling. Actually, here, let me, you can't really see the FPS. Let me make the FPS bigger. Of course I closed it. Yeah. No, you don't need to see that. Okay. Let's see here. Come on. Okay, I'm going to make it ridiculously big. There we go, just so you guys can see it. But yeah, as you can see, this is working with Windows. I just want to show you guys that it's actually, that this controller does in fact work with Windows. Once I load in the game here. Come on. Now, loading times aren't bad with this handheld. Okay, here. So I'm just going to show you real quick. As you can see, I'm using the stick. Other stick works. Buttons work. There's not really much else I can do. Here's me switching, clicking R1. So yeah, okay, anyway. Let's try to focus on the game. Yeah, we're getting like, so this is native resolution. This is 1920 by 1920 by 1280. Yeah, 1920 by 1280. And we're getting 80 FPS. Oh, I forgot. So normally I run this at the Steam Deck resolution because this is actually running at 1920 by 1080. Because this game doesn't like to run at the native resolution of this tablet. But it does run at the Steam Deck resolution, so that's usually what I run it by. But as you can see, it's running at pretty close to 100 FPS. So definitely playable. So we're not going to stick to this too long. I'll do one more level. Show you some more performance here. I'm getting my ass kicked, of course. Alright, yep. Maybe one more. I do have a lot of fun playing this game. This is like my favorite game right now, so... Yeah. Alright. So, let's try a different game. So we're going to do some Binding of Isaac next. And let's get rid of you. And let's do Binding of Isaac, if I can even find it. There it is. So again, this is native resolution. And this is an M3 processor, not even an i3. So this is a mobile Intel processor. Well, I don't know if there really is a mobile Intel processor, but this is the closest thing to a mobile Intel processor that exists. And it's running really nicely. So we're getting a solid 60 FPS, and this is native resolution, guys. So let's just go for the boss fight here. So we'll have the most action here. Oh gosh, I didn't even notice that stupid little ghost next to me. He's kicking my ass. I'm about to die. But yeah, I'm really just trying to focus on the performance here. I'm not trying to beat this game right now. Oh, okay, I died. Well, alright, I'm playing Lazarus, so he has extra health. Oh my gosh, wow, he's kicking my ass real bad. I don't think I've even fought this boss before. The secret to this game is, like, once you beat it, like, 20 times, you get a whole new game, basically. Okay, I'm dead. But yeah, as you can see, like, the GPU is barely even being hit for this game. So let's go ahead and do another 2D title, and then we'll move on to 3D titles. I think I had one more. Or maybe that was Hotline Miami. Oh yeah, we'll do Salt and Sacrifice, because that one I have on Epic Games. So Salt and Sacrifice is a heavier title to run 2D, even 2D. It is a harder title to run on these, like, you know, integrated chips. On anything more powerful, and obviously it's nothing, you know, even on a GTX 1050, it'd be a breeze to run at 60 FPS at 1080p. But on something like this, it is a bit of a struggle. But as you can see, it'll still run pretty well. So we'll play Salt and Sacrifice here. Let's go ahead and launch it. Come on. There we go. And if you hear a fan in the background, that's actually the little fan on the back of this. I just have it running, so it gives me just that extra bit of performance. But to be honest, you don't even really need it if you undervolt. The temps don't get that high. You just get higher megahertz on the CPU core if you blow the fan on it, if you have the fan magnetically attached to it. If you get the one I get, if you get the one I put in the description, with the magnet on it that attaches to it, you'll get better boost clocks because the temperature will be lower. So yeah, let's just see what kind of performance we get here. So the native resolution, we're still getting 60 FPS constantly. That's pretty good. Let's go into a world here. And this is basically the peak that this tablet can do. It's undervolted and has a fan on it, so it really doesn't get better than this for this tablet. And I don't think the Surface Go 3 would perform any better, to be honest, because it has the same graphics, and the i3 processor isn't really that much better. It is better, don't get me wrong, but unless you're really in a CPU bottleneck game, like GTA 5 or something like that, which we will try to test out, you're not going to get that big of a performance boost. But yeah, we're running at 60 FPS, and the GPU isn't even at 100%, and I always get hit by that. But yeah, I don't want to stay on this for too long. Just wanted to show you it working and running pretty well. So this is one of my favorite games. It's a Souls-like that's in 2D. So yeah, let's go ahead and end the game. So those are the 2D games. Hi. Let's go ahead and move on to 3D low-end games. So what I mean by that is, oh, sorry, didn't mean to kick you guys. Low-end 3D games. So I didn't really plan this out very well, but so games like Portal 2. Well, you know what? It's kind of hard to distinguish. I might actually combine the last two categories, low-end and high-end 3D games. We're probably not going to be able to play any high-end 3D games, but I'll just go ahead and show you some 3D games. So let's start with, let's just start with GTA 5, because I know that's one that people like to go to a lot. And we're going to go with a different resolution. I think I did, let's try the Steam Deck's resolution. I don't know if that's going to run very well, but we're going to go for it. I think that might have been what I was playing at last time. There's also a thunderstorm happening right now, so if you hear that, that's not coming from you, that's coming from me. So this will take just a second to load. It doesn't actually take that long to load. I have a, and yeah, sorry, that's going to be kind of big because we are at a lower resolution, but at least you'll be able to see the FPS. It doesn't take that long to load. This game is on the, This game is on the SSD, and the SSD speeds are very fast. However, I do have a 1 terabyte micro SD card, which I will put in the description also. I forgot to put that in the description, actually, of the other 2 videos. But I will put all the products that I use in this video, on all the videos, in all the descriptions of all the videos. So, yeah, look forward to that. And it's a 1 terabyte micro SD card from SanDisk. Here we go. So let's go in story mode, because that's going to be a little more CPU dependent. And we might not get the best frame rate here. We might have to lower it to 800 by 600. I don't remember what I was playing at before, but I got a solid 30 FPS when I played last time. So if we come in and we're only at 15, I'll probably lower it to 800 by 600. But it should look pretty good, even at 800 by 600 on this 10-inch display. So let's load in here. Oh, I don't know what it's doing here. There we go. Okay, not bad. Yeah, so even at the Steam Deck's resolution, it's running pretty close to, it's running at 30 FPS. I mean, look at that. This is a $300 device, and it can run GTA 5 at, I mean, I'd say this looks better than a PlayStation 3, and it runs about the same in terms of performance. Yes, there is some stuttering, but this is definitely playable. The temperature isn't bad because of that fan, and the usage, you know, it's not even 100%. It's mostly a GPU bottleneck, it seems like, for now. No, yeah, I'd say it's bouncing back and forth between GPU and CPU. But, ow. We'll do some driving around here. Actually, this is perfect timing. Nope, don't mind that. That was video game character violence. It's not like real violence. So let's drive somewhere a little more populated. Here we go. Yeah, driving will definitely hit the CPU more because it's got to load in a lot more things at once. So you'll see a lot more of the dips. So let's do some of that. So yeah, it can definitely dip down and stutter a lot. If you're playing online, it'll be a little bit, I'd say it should be a little bit better because it's a little more optimized. There's less stuff going on as far as NPCs. There's more stuff going on as far as enemy players. And that's all done by their servers, and that's not done locally on your device. But yeah, this is running at the Steam Deck's resolution, mind you, not at 800 by 600, which again, looks really good still. So let's go ahead and lower it real quick. Graphics. Oh shoot, never mind. Well, it is going, I guess it was at 800 by 600. So, okay. I stand corrected. So this is at 800 by 600. So my apologies about that. This is 800 by 600, and yeah, I guess it is struggling a little bit. But honestly, for what you're paying for this device, I think it's playable. Yes, you're getting some stutters, but compared to not having anything as a handheld, this is decent. I say that as it stutters to 15 FPS while I drive. But again, GTA 5 is probably the worst game to play. This is kind of the most difficult game to play, and it's still handling it okay. It's still handling it like okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. How do you quit this game? Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to do 1 or 2 more games, and then we will switch over to emulation. Let's do Chivalry. Chivalry is one of my favorite games. We're going to play that. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. Now this is, I guess, so I kind of did this out of order. I did say I was going to show you some lower end and higher end games. I guess you could really consider GTA 5 to be a higher end game and Chivalry to be a lower end game as far as 3D goes. So Chivalry will definitely run at 60 plus FPS at 800 by 600 versus GTA 5. You see it was running from 20 to 30, sometimes down to 15 FPS. But yeah, something a little bit older, games like Far Cry 3, Fallout New Vegas, Chivalry 2, or not 2, sorry, Chivalry 1. This, trust me, this won't even run Chivalry 2. Chivalry 1 will run at above 30. Chivalry especially will run at 60, actually. And I like to play this a lot, actually. Still one of my favorite games, even though I have Chivalry 2. I'll still come back to this just because it's got its own quirks that Chivalry 2 doesn't have, like the custom modes, like the zombies modes. So let's play this a little bit, and I'm not sure what the resolution is set to. It might be actually set higher, so I'm going to put it down to 800 by 600 so we can get the 60 FPS, just so I can show you that there are 3D games you can play on this and get 60 FPS. Okay, let me see. Oh, I actually have it set to 750 by 500. And I think that's just because... Let's go to 800 by 600 and see what happens. That's why. It does this weird thing where, like, the bezel ends here, and then it cuts in even further when it's set to this resolution. I'm not sure why. So I actually set it to a lower resolution so it would not cut out the bezel as much. But if you set it to a higher resolution, it just doesn't play as well. So I set it to 750 by 500. It still looks pretty good, even at 750 by 500. Even though it's half 1080p on a 10-inch display, like, it's not bad. I mean, if you've ever played on a 10-inch, or if you ever played at 1080p on a 30-inch TV, then 500p is going to look just fine on a 10-inch display. Alright, so there's not much going on here, but let's do some team deathmatch. Don't worry, it's just loading. There we go. It does stutter when it loads, but once you're in there, it runs pretty well. Yeah, here, see, we're at 60 FPS. You know, there's a few dips down to 55, but it's running, like, really well. And, like, on a 10-inch display, even at 500p, this looks good, you know? Like, this does not look bad at all. We're kind of wrecking these guys, because apparently they're all decided to play archers for some reason. And I have a shield, so that's not going to work out for you, buddy. But yeah, as you can see, running at a stable 60 FPS. I'm still getting shot by arrows. But yeah, okay, so let's move on to the next game. And you can't actually open command prompt by clicking the power and the volume down button at the same time. Or open the security menu and then open task manager if you want to exit full screen. That's the easiest way to do it. And then we'll just hold and close chivalry. And then, yeah, so I think that about wraps up 3D games. Well, I guess I only did 2. We'll do one more. Let's do Far Cry. Let's do Far Cry 3 real quick. Well, here, you know what? Sorry, guys. I don't really have that much time left. I've already been streaming for like 20 minutes. So I'll just give you a quick overview. Far Cry 3, it can get like 30. It's a little better than GTA 5. It'll get like 30 FPS plus. Usually 30 to 35 FPS. In the open world, it can dip down to about 25, but usually doesn't go below that. Dark Souls Remastered, it can easily hit 60 FPS at 800 by 600. If you go up higher, you can stay about 30 FPS, or if you want to lock it to 48 Hertz, which this tablet natively supports 60 and 48 Hertz, you can lock it to 48 Hertz, and it will easily run that at a slightly higher resolution. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, you can run this at 30 FPS pretty well. It does dip down a little bit, but after undervolting, I've noticed that it stays at 30 FPS pretty much the whole time. Games like Elden Ring just straight up won't launch. It will not play at all. Portal 2, you can pretty much run this at about 40-50 FPS at 800 by 600 or more. Let's see, what else have I played? So again, Hollow Knight 2D games, you can run it at 60 FPS or more. Dark Souls 2, again, just like Dark Souls 1, is going to be running at 60 FPS. That one actually runs even better. Splitgate, I've even been able to get it running at 30 FPS at Steam Deck resolution, 1280 by 800. And that's about it, guys. Let's just do some quick emulation. And then I'm going to have to call it a day. And of course, it's going to start a video without my permission. Alright, so let's start Citra. I was watching some Citra tutorials earlier because I was having trouble with it. Alright, and let's just start, since I mentioned Monster Hunter, let's go ahead and start it. Yes, I picked a female character, don't judge me. So it does struggle. You'll see it'll be running at 60 FPS here, but it will dip down to 30 or below. And I cannot... Hey, what up, Tim? Nice seeing you on stream. So it really struggles with this game, and I don't know how to set the game to run at 30 FPS and still run at the full speed, because if you have it running at 30 FPS, it just will not run at full speed. This guy's going to talk for a whole hour. So we're going to have to skip through his dialogue and then start the first quest. You know, here's what we're going to do. Oh, dang it. We're going to save some time. Okay. Alright, so here we are running an actual quest, and it does struggle to stay at 30 FPS. It can get up to 40, but it is, I would not say this is playable. It's very difficult to run this at full speed. And I have it set to 2 times speed, but it still doesn't like to do it. So there are some games that do run at 30 FPS natively, but they don't seem to, well, I haven't actually tried them. Of course. Sometimes it's hard to click the power button and the volume down button at the same time to get out of full screen. And there's no keyboard, so I have to use virtual keyboard to exit the game. And then let's just try Super Mario 3D Land. See how that works. I actually haven't played this yet. So this will be the last game we do, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, I've never actually played this game before, so it'll be a new experience. It's actually run this pretty well. Yeah, Tim. It looks like a cool game. Oh, sorry, I keep kicking the camera tripod. I don't mean to do that. Luckily, these Mario intros take like 5 seconds. They're like, Bowser got Peach. Alright, Mario, start the game. But yeah, lighter titles, even on 3DS, will run pretty well on this handheld. And let's see when we actually get into the game how well it runs. Because I haven't even tried this, so this is something we're doing new. This is something new we're doing together. Oh yeah, look at that. We're getting pretty close to 60. So yeah, this is definitely playable. And think about this, guys. This is only $300 for this device. I mean, as long as, obviously, prices change, and, you know, prices can go up, prices can go down. You might be able to score this for $200. You might be able to score it for, or you might not be able to score it from $350 or so. But sorry, I haven't played this game, so I don't actually know the controls very well. But yeah, this is running really well, and this is running way better than Monster Hunter did. So oh, bit of a dip there. Yeah, totally playable, guys. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So I hope you enjoyed, and make sure you check the description for all that I bought to use this, or to get this running. Plays the entire game on stream. Yeah, I might as well just play the entire rest of the game. I'm having a blast. But no, I have lasagna that I just made that my girlfriend is waiting to eat. So I have to go. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you try this handheld out, because I think it's really sick, and I've loved it so far. I've had it for a few weeks now, and I'm having a blast. So let me know in the comments if you tried this out, or if you're going to try this out, and if you do have it, let me know what you think. Did you have the same experience that I had, or better or worse? Yeah, so we're gonna call it here. Hold on. You know what? I feel like I was gonna say something else, but I'm so distracted by Mario, Tanuki Mario right now, that I'm having trouble thinking. I'll play for like one more minute and see if I remember. Yay! Oh, bit of a stutter there. Alright, I think Mario said it best. I hope you guys enjoyed. Check this thing out, and have a great rest of your day.